Hey there, folks. How we doing? Good morning. It's 5:10, 5:11 a.m. Um, what day is this? I think it's a Tuesday or something. The 12th. Um, Tuesday, January 12th, 5:11. Um, and that's a.m. If I didn't say it, I probably did. Um, this new Lily energy has really been working on my head a lot. I was trying to talk with Paul last night, and it was time for her to start working on my head. Excuse me, it was time for her to start working on my head real hard. And I started just blah blah blah, trying to talk, and I really couldn't. And poor Paul, I had to get out of the conversation. Um, I keep getting worked on hard. Paul understands; he's getting worked on real hard too. He's being made stronger to help y'all. So are many others. So are you. Okay. Um, it's time for more things to happen. It's time for us to get a little. Excuse me, folks. I'm trying to get out of this. There we go. It's my picture herky. Uh, um, it's time for me to get out of here. Y'all just take this. There's so many people here who are going to help you. Um, they're going to help you help yourself. And that's really what I want to talk about today. Um, that's pretty funny. Sometimes guys do have straps to deal with. Oh well, don't mind me. Um, I'm always off on the side, and I say whatever is relevant or even not, if it'll make you laugh. And sometimes I just say things. Period. Uh, that's kind of my job. Okay. I realize there's only a handful of people that understand this, but the reason why I'm in a body was to do what I did on the other side, which was the most important thing to everybody. Remember, this isn't about me. It's not about you. It's about all of you. The animals, trees, plants, people, fae, everybody. Okay, no one person before or being before the other. Family. Um, as long as someone doesn't get abusive, there's no problems because everyone has equal rights. That's what's coming. That's what's going to happen. It's just the way it is. Um, but it's important for me to come in body, get rid of that stuff on the other side that was causing the issues, leave you the information, the books, DVDs, and stuff. It's all going to be available soon, and I will be doing the animal video soon. And then for me to crank up as many of you as I could personally, that's a special thing. It really is. Everyone is going to be literally going into a phase of stronger evolution. There, the body, the DNA, but it is nothing like. Excuse me. It's nothing like getting cranked up. It's totally the opposite. Um, those people I've gone into, almost every one of them is a leader, and that's one thing I want to talk about: leadership. Uh, what is a leader? Who is the greatest leader of all time? Um, the answer to that is you, each one of you. Each one of you is the greatest leader that you can have. Don't look at me, I'm the janitor. Um, I give you the information, I take care of things, and I in a way, yes. Okay, I do lead you to where you need to go to get stuff, and I'm out around everywhere doing everything I can to take care of stuff, and that'll be very strong soon. But there's many people down here that are going to actually help lead you into yourself. So the most important leader is you. And we're trying to lead each other together to our true selves, to our real family, and to our new lives. That's where we're going. When your eyes are hurt, a dog can lead the blind. We're all leaders. We're all leaders. But the most important person for you to lead is yourself. You need to be your most important leader. You need to literally, like I say, go take that key, put it in that Ferrari, turn on the ignition, and wham, brrr, hear that thing rumble. That's you. That's you. It's starting to come alive. But you have to put it in drive. Okay? So many of you, I love the internet. You can get what you need on there. But if you don't take the time to relax and flow down into yourself, excuse me, and flow down into yourself and literally understand more, become yourself, become more of yourself, start becoming your true self. You can't understand yourself until you can relax and go inside yourself. You can understand all these thoughts and everything, process, blah, 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 blah. Trust your solar plexus, know you're saying stuff. That's awesome. That's important. But you have to go inside and relax and just be you. That's why the internet, phones, TVs, all this stuff, hey, wonderful, cool, neat stuff. You have to set it down from time to time. And I mean, when I say that, honestly, you should be doing it until you're really settled down with yourself. You should be doing this 2-3 times a day. Hey, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, okay? Just relax and just be you for a moment. Let it be quiet. And when you're outside, you can feel the energy of the planet. Guess what the body is, folks? That's right, part of the planet. You fit out there. Okay? Now, a lot of you are here to work with people and everything else, and being around the hustle bustle of the city, that feels good too. But to relax and just be you, you have to understand who you are. You have to feel who you are. And when you can feel your true self, as you relax, you start extending yourself outwards. But most importantly, you start feeling who you really are. Then, when you go on the internet and look at stuff, you're going to know, see, feel, understand more about what you're looking at. You're going to be able to take away most of that garbage and throw it away, because most of it's garbage as far as the spiritual movement goes. As far as all these pictures and everything, it's almost, wow, it's almost all garbage. There's so much Photoshop on there. Dudes, gals, whatever. Dudes, I'm from up north. I was born in Long Island, New York. Have fun with Photoshopping, but don't say it's real. It's not just a blatant lie. It's not just a blatant lie. It's deceit, dishonor. It's just, why? Put it up there and say, look what I made. Whatever. But not cool. Okay? If you don't have honor, and don't get me wrong, everyone has made mistakes. Everyone's done things they didn't want to. You've been made to. Sometimes we do it by accident. We're trying to work with feelings here in the body. There's a lot going on. I'm just saying, it's like, I will never tell you something that I know is wrong. Period. That's honor. Can I screw up? Yes. I sure can. The more aware you become, the more you understand about things. As we learn and progress, we make better decisions. Why? Because we've made some wrong ones. Because we understand things deeper. For every mistake you make, there's 9 or 10 other understandings that you gained that didn't come from you having to make a mistake. So don't worry about making mistakes. Okay? Be yourself. be the best, be the most important leader you can find is yourself. Um, I am leaving you all kinds of information. Um, you can use that to find yourself. I'm not here without reason, okay? And it's not for me. Um, you have to take the time to be quiet and find yourself. So many of you are afraid to do that, and I mean afraid. You're running from it. Um, it's sad when someone can't calm themselves down enough to be able to take a little time and be quiet, because that's what they need. But it's the reason why I say it's sad is because a lot of you were made that way. It's in your DNA. It was done to you to make it harder for you to wake up so you wouldn't be as much of a problem when it was time, which is the awakening, which is now, 2016. That's why it's sad. You're not sad. It's the situation that put you there is sad, not you. When you get to the point where, like me, you can look at what's going on and you can actually feel and see behind it, and not guess, not say, well, this is this, there's three over here, you take this away and that away, and this has to be the case. Well, if you're talking about physical objects like numbers, yeah, that'll work. But when you're talking about stuff going on in people's lives, the energy behind what's happening, if there's any energy there doing it or not. Some people have felt me near them, and they were right, and every once in a while there's one that wasn't, and I tell them, let things be what they are. You have to be honest with yourself just so you can wake up and see what's going on. Feel yourself. Feel what's going on. Waking up is hard to do. Okay? But it demands leadership on your part for yourself. There's not a big crowd. Okay? The more you talk with other people as you're doing it, as soon as you get up the strength, the fortitude to actually talk with some other like-minded people about it, then the more you realize, you know what? They're like me. They're like me. And then you realize they have the same problems? So this is normal? And then you realize this is normal. Now, did I say the same thing 3 times? No. Yes or no? It's normal to go through these different stages of waking up, of self-doubt. The way it used to be done, when people would wake up, you'd be fed energy by your angels. When something would work and you give someone a good reading, your spirit guide tell you something, you tell them, and the angel puts energy, fortitude in your spine, and you go, yes! And the next thing you know, the spirit guides lie to you. If you give a bad reading, you're like, oh no, is any of this real? And the angel puts fear into your spine, where the spine connects to the pelvic bone. And like I said, almost every one of those guys are dead. So that's how it was done. It's not going to be done like that anymore. It's going to be done the way it should be, where you just get help. If you're wrong about something, then your spirit guide will pull their energy away. And when you go to say something's a certain thing, you'll feel this energy near you go, whoop, and you're going, whoa, I'm losing it, so I'm wrong. And then it just keeps going like that, like a wave, helping you. That's the way it should be. It was done the other way by the original male and female to be abusive, make your energy grow more. This is all about you, the people, the plants, the animals. The other side has undergone great change. It's been a sad fight, sad struggle. Wow, so many things I don't need to say. this was all done for everyone. Not for any one person, not for any one spirit, not for anyone anything. It was done because it had to. Creation was falling apart. It was being eaten alive by a cancer that the original first being created and manifested into a huge disease that was killing, destroying, hurting. It's sad. It's wonderful to see, but sometimes when you see what really exists, there's not the same sadness that used to be, but sometimes you're going to see that. So what? You want to live in a bubble where everything's fine and perfect all the time? Well, you're not going to have it. And you can't make it. Even though the law of attraction says so. Esther Hicks and all her followers. That's a leader. She leads right into her purse. I'm spending all this money on me because the universe wants me to have it. There's a lot of nice people involved in that, but there's also there's a lot of nice people involved trying to use the law of attraction to find a better way to have a life, to have some of the things they really should have anyway. But there's a whole lot of people involved in there that are just greedy and want more. It's a really good place for 27% negative souls to hang around. You get to 37%, they won't hang around too much. It's really good with the 27s and 17s. That's just what's there. I'm looking, reading, seeing, and I understand why. The more you'll change and awaken, the more your mind and bodies evolve, your DNA evolves, the more of your own spirit can run through your body, the stronger you get, your brain grows. Now, as far as the field doing that, that's going to take generations. When I crank you up, it's instantaneous. It just starts going. When I say instantaneous, it doesn't go, boop, your head goes like this, it's this big, and you're moving your car all over the place. No. But your evolution is off the charts. And that's why the head physically grows. Like, Jay's full of crap. Well, then how come people's brains are growing and evolving their DNA? Proven medical fact. Damn, what else do you want me to do? Telekinetically lift a car and then people say, ooh, look, oh, no, that ain't going. This is about everyone and everything. It's about all of you human beings understanding that our family's huge and we need to take better care of it. These bullshit religions talking about how, oh my God, you're here to dominate the earth. God gave it to you to abuse, but he loves everything. He's perfect and all forgiving. What? Where does this shit come from? You're kidding me, right? Christianity, Islam, the Muslim, Jewish, whatever. I mean, all these major religions, they're nuts. That's the way they were made a long time ago. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean religious people are nuts. There's a difference between being aggressive and meaning setting up a philosophy that's abusive and controlling, and being someone who's in it looking for some place to go. So, with their compassion and everything else. And then there's a lot of people in religions that are very controlling. Look at that creep flowy dollar. This guy's a nut. He's only one of them. How come Jay says all those things? Talks about the NSA and everyone else gives him hell. Some other people disappear, but Jay's still there. The reason for that is because what I am inside, that's why. And our friends in space, they know who I am. They've known for a long time. They won't come near me. So, which is, in some ways still disappointing, but I understand. He's aggressive. He's uncontrollable. Abusive, not within his own rights. Will not follow our format. Your intelligence agency for the Federation. Some of the top players. This guy's funny. He's nothing. We're the ones that control the universe. We're gonna finish, killing the bad guys, whatever, taking the other guys out. And then there's others that know better. There's so many different thought processes in all these people's heads. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they're thinking. What's going to happen is going to happen. I'm sorry. There's this group. I've talked about the space station that's out near. It's like in between Jupiter and Saturn. Somewhere out there floating around in space. Imagine that, right? Space station. I don't know what they call it. I don't care. That's what it is. Pretty neat looking thing. Right after I said that, there's a room full of them. It's a large room. They have a monitor in it, and they watch me sometimes. And after I said that, I could actually see them all getting all excited. Folks, we have a lot of family that are in different bodies from different planets. They look different, okay? And when they laugh, they make some pretty funny. Excuse me, folks, for saying it, but they make some pretty funny sounds. It's just the way we laugh to many beings is just like maybe sick. Like, are they okay? They sound hurt. They have to judge us on what they understand for themselves until they're exposed to us, different beings from everywhere, and then they understand. That's a big advantage they have on us that we don't have. So that's just kind of funny. As you all start waking up, leading yourself on your own path to becoming who you really are, you're going to see a lot of this stuff. Stephen Lewandowski is going to help you with that too, and Paul Bourgeois. These are people who are going to help you. Okay, they're here to help, and they're really strong, and there's source energy inside, and because of that, I can make them strong enough to, they're strong anyway, but I can make them strong enough, or have, to where they can really do a lot to help you, including crank you up. That needs to keep going for those people who want it. We need leaders. Folks, it's not that long before some of you are going to be literally getting cranked. You've been cranked up over here. You start getting stronger. In the next 100 years, there's gonna be some of you literally taking off in starships, going to other planets, cranking other people up. You have no idea what's coming. I do. I cannot see everything over there. I'm not out of this body yet. When you're in a body, it's like having your head in the tar. Okay? Sorry. And I love Gaia. I'm not beating her up. I love her. Hell, I love everything. I love everything, period. But when it's hurting something, it's sad, but I do what I need to do. It's not that, like I've said before, it's not that I don't care about other people, but their comments mean nothing. So, do my job, go home. You'll really need to do one of those, reach back and grab yourself by the collar and pull yourselves up and go. A lot of you are, okay. I'm not talking about everyone, but I'm talking about some of the people who don't want to do anything. I'm talking about some of the people who are on the verge of wanting, just need that little extra oomph. I want all of you to be aware of what's going on. All of you that want to, I want you to be aware of what's actually happening. Those people that don't want to know and stuff like that, don't care, they're not going to be going back in bodies. Third dimension isn't for that anymore. Third dimension was made for abuse, to make stuff bigger. That's over. It's done. If you want to help yourself, better yourself, you go in a body. Other than that, you don't get to go in a body anymore. It's just the way it is. So, some people rant and rave, get all excited. Oh, blah, 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 whatever. Shut up. Love you. Just don't bother wasting your breath on me or my time. I don't really care about that. Lily and I have been around as far as having lives, as long as that's been going on, having had the first 100 million before even the animals got involved. We understand having lives. We understand why it's been done wrong, because it was done to us. She's had over 8 trillion lives. I've had over 10 trillion. We don't want anything for us. Nothing. Nothing, not a thing. We want to maintain ourselves. We want to be able to take care of others and love others. And she's incredibly powerful understanding and incredibly powerful love. I got a lot of powerful love, but I got that fortitude thing going with this protection gig. I'll always be there. I'll never stop. But we just want to get everything set up for y'all to have a nice community to live in, creation, and then just stay outside of it. Come in and out. Hi. It's not like we don't care. It's not like we won't be there, but we don't want any part of, we want you to run yourselves, and that's what it's going to be. We do have to figure out how to do it first. We're just now starting to do it. And the original first being had how many trillions and trillions and trillions of beings that they had? How many trillions? A trillion lives each, or close to it on an average. Most of the essence out having lives had over 1 trillion lives before the first soul was ever released. Now there's a hell of a lot more souls than there are essence. I mean, it's crazy. I started looking at numbers, and I'm sorry, folks, and my head's killing me. This is an incredible time in the history of creation. Not because of me. No, because of what's happening. Because everyone's being freed. And then you'll just become yourselves. What better thing to be than the real you? I don't know. If somebody knows that, please tell me. What better thing to be than the full, complete you, the real you? I was shown an analogy a long time ago. That's one way image that Spirit talks, communicates. And I was just starting to wake up, and I said, what the hell am I? What I was being shown by some nice folks was this huge spear. It was a golden spear, and it had a silver spearhead on it. And I saw the tip just gleam on the tip of that spear. I come in and I turn everything upside down. I cut through everything. I do what needs to be done, and then I just get the hell out. And everything else comes out and does everything. You can have a lot of people hit the main media. It's time for people to know the stuff. Okay? Burju, Paul, the list goes on and on. There's a lot of heavy hitters you haven't seen yet. Diana. She's very interesting. Source spirit. When she comes to me, when I talk with her and she comes to me to talk sometimes, I literally see her as a female Bengal tiger energy. Why? I'm not saying animal, that's her. Why? Because she has all those frequencies within her, but when that wave was released, there was different pieces, a little more of this, a little more of that. She's source energy from Lily and Arrow, but she's a little more animal essence than she is the other fields. You want to talk about someone who's going to really be talking with animals? I mean, she does, but I mean, yeah, she's strong. There's things going on with her that are in and out right now, like there are with so many other people. And there's going to be a lot of change coming. don't know which way it's going to go yet. You have to get out of your body before you can understand what you're going to do. But so far, finally, because I've got this new Lily on the other side, that's actually part of Lily's driver. I have someone who she just gave me a little thing in the side of the eye. I have someone to work with that I can actually trust. When you got to say something, you've already made the thought. So before you can come close to saying anything, you've already said it on the other side. You're so fast communicating when you're out of a body that when you go to think a thought, before your brain can actually finish the thought, you're already getting an answer. And that can be confusing when you're trying to communicate, because you can feel like you get about a third of a thought out, and then instantaneously, before half the thought's out, you're getting an answer, and it's like, okay, wait a minute. Which thought did you just answer? I mean, it's so quick, it's crazy. That'll be slowed down to help you. But that'll also be done to the spirit guides. Information given to the spirit guides they'll be your spirit guides, and they in return will help you. So I'm trying to think of something else that's relative to this. Well, my head's getting pounded. I can't even touch it. There's stuff coming. I'll say a little more about it before I go. But the important thing is, for those of you that want to wake up, please assert yourself. And the way you assert yourself, lifting weights and stuff, taking good nutrition, awesome. Do it. If you feel the flow, please do it. Okay, becoming smarter intellectually, yes. But please take the time to relax. You have to calm yourself down. Try to feel yourself at peace with yourself and feel balance. It'll be in the air, but it's also near water. It's outside. Okay, but you can have it in your room. Make your own special place. Even if it's a chair and a desk. That's all you need is a chair. All you need is you. Just breathe relaxed. Breathe relaxed, normal. And just relax and be you. Don't worry about bills and everything else. You have to let that go just for a minute. I know that's hard to do. Remember, my house is supposed to be sold at the courthouse in, 2.5 weeks? So, you have to relax. Things are finally happening a little bit in that area, too. It's kind of funny. I hope to do a video about the receiving message through license plates. But yesterday, I happened to be talking with Burju, and sometimes I mess up her name. Please listen to her say it. Okay, I suck with names. Okay, that's why my name literally is one letter. Okay, that's on purpose. Folks, the things I do through this brain, okay, they're actually painful. Okay, this brain's grown just crazy. I've got the MRIs to prove it. It's freaky. Totally abnormal. It's hard for me to do a lot of things that's so easy for other people, but so what? I don't care if I look like an idiot. I've got a job to do, and that's what counts. And I'm not worried about looking like an idiot either. People say what they want, think what they want. I know who I am. That's what I hold on to. Actually, more so than that is doing my job. I don't care if I'm covered in mud as long as I'm doing my job, although I'll be headed for that shower as soon as I finish talking. I like being clean. So anyway, I was driving down the road. I had a moment from consults and talking with lawyers, and got a couple things opening up here in that battlefront. Um, but I was on the way to Costco to get some medicine, my lungs, and all of a sudden I started, I got hit by the new Lily's energy, just really working my head hard. And I started, whoa, and I said, damn it. And I said, I got to see how this house thing is going on. I said, listen, Lily, this is something I got to know, and I'm just going to go ahead and rip it out. So she was trying to tell me not to worry about it. Don't do that because I'm working on your brain. I got to, get you to this next step before you hurry up and get out of here. So that was the feeling that she had inside. So all of a sudden, I was coming up on a traffic light, and then it was it was the funniest thing in the world. I was going to drive right straight through it. There was another car pulled up there waiting on me, and then all of a sudden it pulled out in front of me. Not like to have an accident, but it normally the car would have just stayed there. So it jerked in front of me, no problem. I hit the brakes, and I was just saying, how's this going to go? I gotta find out. Guess what the license plate on the car said? I'm just waiting a second for a reason, okay? It said Jay's Way. I'm not kidding. Jaysway. I'm telling you, license plates are used to give you message. Now, how did that happen? Okay, when you're source, you can go back 2 years in someone's life, in lives, and move things around very softly to make a certain event happen. And something like that takes nothing, a day and a half, 2 days, to go back in that person's life and create a situation where that car with that tag needs to be in that place at that time. Remember what I said on the other side, that for spirit guides, they can see you like 2 days before and 2 days after, a day and a half before, 2.5 after, whatever. That's about an average, time span, 4 to 5 days. They can actually see flowing like one, some of them 3.5 days, but it's like one big day. Okay. One big thing you're looking at, but with source, it's just it's just stronger. You see more. That's all. It's not better. It's just you see more. So that's how that got set up. That is why this license plate, not divination, communication is important. And don't go looking at license plate. You want to look at license plates and read them? Do it in the parking lot. Okay. When you're driving down the road and you're made to look at a license plate, you'll glance at it and then you glance away. As long as you don't force yourself to stare at that license plate, you're not going to have a wreck. Folks, you have no idea how easily you're controlled. The difference is that there's stuff out there that's going to be helping you now instead of screwing with you and messing you up and hurting you and abusing you. That's what the new creation's about. It's about everything being given the respect it deserves and the compassion that should be everywhere. And it's coming that way. A lot of you can feel the difference in the field in the last couple of months. Where it's gotten better. Still not there, and that's in spite of the souls getting stupid. Oh, darn it. Gary Z, he and I were good buddies when I was Joan of Arc. We've worked together, talking together about a sword, my sword that I had, and different gems and, crosses and stuff in it. He wanted to understand it. He was trying to see, and I'd never looked at it until I went in there, and then I saw what it was, and then, kind of put everything together. I'll bring it up later, but he took his visions, his memories, and gave it to like an artist who made a picture of it, and it's really close. It's just not quite. It's a nicer picture of me, but it's not quite homely enough. Honestly, that's. But you can look the picture that the guy drew. You look at it, you can see the male energy in her face. Whatever. But Gary, thanks for that, the card and everything else that you sent. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all of you, man. I really do. You know, I know there's, um, man, y'all are so awesome, so wonderful. I can't do enough, but I will. I will soon. I've already done more than you can't see. You know, that's good. That's good. Let me just leave as the janitor. That's all I am anyway. Makes sense. Um, the only thing that really matters is everything being free to be itself and being taken care of and protected. That's what matters to me. That, and I have Lily with me. I love her like, wow. My lady means everything to me. So is my job, but man, I love my lady. Anyway, I guess I better call this one quits. There's something else hanging out there somewhere. I'm trying to find it. My head is literally feels like it's gonna pop. Um, I'm sorry, folks. I'm talking with Lily while I'm talking to you. Um, don't be afraid of not being able to do this because you already are this. This awakened person, you are this. You just haven't started doing it yet. You don't have to become it. You are. Okay? Be yourself. Lead yourself. What does a true leader do? The way we think of leader, it finds the path to lead the others. Isn't that what you're doing for yourself? Yes. You're trying to find your path. You're going to find it by going inside yourself and then take a little information. You need to really feel yourself and understand yourself and become yourself before you can get any value out of anything. Before you can get the real value of something that's on the internet. It's not that you can't get any value from it, but it's, you know, what about all the junk that you look at? You don't know if it's good or bad. You're trying to see what's going on. Become yourself. Awaken your abilities and then filter through the stuff. It's a whole lot easier. Okay, you're going to throw away 90% of the junk you run into. Be you. You are really cool. Okay? This is family time. This is about people awakening. It's not about some God. It's not about some great Messiah or the angels that have been breaking your bones and making you wreck, and every once in a while I'll save you too, because it's not time for you to die yet and you got to go through more abuse that they're going to give you. It's time for you to become yourself, see what's going on, and know what's going on. But you need some quiet time with yourself first. Just relax. And remember, it's not about anyone else. There's no universal energy that's out there waiting to give you everything you want when you learn how to ask it right. There's no devil. There's no God. There's a lot of other beings. But there are some coming into play now that just care about you and they want everything to be right the way they know it should be. That's all. They don't want praise. Let me ask you something. Now, this is something some people will be happy to try and throw against me. Hey, have fun. I don't give a damn. Y'all mean nothing to me. But I'm going to say it because there's good reason for it. When you go into when you go to work, you go into the office or building, whatever. It's hopefully clean and everything, or say it is clean. Say you work in an office where you have a cubicle. When you go into the cubicle, do you find in the morning, do you find everything nice and clean, and then there's a little note that says, "Hi, I'm Bob the janitor. I cleaned up your place. Praise me." Folks, it's stupid. When you come home, when you're young and you came home into your house, no, there's situations where this has happened, but the normal situation, or at least what should be normal, do you come home when you're a kid from school and then your mother and father make you bow to them before you go in the house? No. You know, I mean, if you think about it, folks, that's silly. So's this praise God crap. Okay? So's this universe is going to give me everything crap. No. What's on the other side that you can't see? You. That's what's on the other side of you when you're not in the body. And some bigger stuff. The big pushy, mean, nasty, abusive stuff is dead. There's just mopping up to do, man. That's all there is. It's family time. It's time for you to literally grow into who you are. It's time for you to open up. You want to find someone to lead you? Sit in a chair. Breathe natural, nice and deep. Relax. Let everything go and just flow into yourself. And you're going to find the most important person there is to you in this life. Unless you've met your source mate, your spirit mate. And that's you. You're the best leader you could ever find. Okay? You all are very important. You all are very powerful. You have incredible abilities. You're made to feel like you have none. You're made to feel like you need to stay in your body. That it's all part of the abuse system that's been destroyed on the other side almost completely now. And then it'll be torn apart down here. But the third dimension has to have this information. So remember, people, the best leader you can ever find is right inside you. Okay? Love y'all, man. Have a good one.